School's in. This is Go. I'm Mary Ruth Harris. You're watching Go on Shaw TV's Channel 4. Last minute touches being done to the schools here in School District 71 in the Comox Valley, and I'm sure the same thing is going on in Campbell River and Powell River. School is back. Can you believe how fast that summer went? And what a summer it was! Cathalmu in Powell River, Vancouver Island Music Fest here in the valley, up in Campbell River they had the Logger Sports Competition, and of course the Comox Festival weekend, Blackberry Fest over in Powell River. The list is endless. What an amazing summer we've had. I am so sad to see it end, and I refuse to give in to the fall weather. I'm wearing my whites and my sandals as long as I possibly can. Now, we have a great interview coming up with Constable Rob Gardiner of the RCMP here in the Comox Valley, reminding everybody about school zone safety and the condition of the roads. Because of all that heat, all the oil and stuff on the pavement has come to the surface, and now the rain's coming. The roads are very slick, so you have to be super, super careful. And don't forget, do not text and drive. The fines are massive. And you could kill somebody. Not worth it at all. Now we are going to head over to Powell River, where John McKenzie brings us a feature about a metal fabricator. Have a look. I'm Mary Ruth Harris. Joining me, Constable Rob Gardiner from the local RCMP detachment here in the Comox Valley. Good morning.
Good morning, Mary Ruth.
School is back.
School is back.
Safety.
September is here already so fast. It took no time at all. So what we're trying to remind people now is the school zones are back in effect. So the school zones are going to be in effect from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. again. Okay. The school zone speed slows down to 30 kilometers an hour, and it's a $196 fine if you get caught speeding in that area. It starts at $196 and it'll go up from there. Okay. What we have to really remember is there's a lot of kids that are going to be out on the roads now. There's been lots out in the summertime, but in the mornings it's getting darker a little bit later in the mornings. So you really have to start watching out for more kids out. A lot of them, this is going to be their first time maybe commuting to school by bike or by walking. Right. So we really need to watch out for them. They're being taught, you know, to make sure that they use the crosswalks, they look both ways, but sometimes they get busy and they kind of forget those things. So we really need, as drivers, we really need to make sure that we're watching for that as well. And the roads are slick. The roads are slick now that it's getting wetter out. We're going to be going into the winter here pretty soon. Make sure you have lots of time. When you see the kids coming up, make sure that, you know, you're watching them. Make eye contact with them. Make sure they're not going to dart out. They might have their mind on something else and could possibly dart out in front of you. Collisions could be very injured. A child could be injured a lot, anything under 20 or up to 20 kilometers an hour even. So 20 kilometers an hour, you can still get injured quite a bit being struck by a vehicle. So it's all things you have to keep in mind. Okay. So we're just really encouraging people to do that. And then school buses now too. Not only are the kids going to be on the roads, there's going to be school buses out. Right. There's absolutely no reason to pass a school bus with the amber lights flashing or the stop sign out. It's a lot of money. It's a $167 fine if you pass that. But there's more to that. I mean, if you do strike a kid there's a close call with a child, it can be devastating to everybody. So you see a school bus with its amber lights or the stop sign flashing, just stop. Okay, and just briefly we'll touch on texting, because I just saw a report last week where texting is now more responsible for deaths and collisions, more so than alcohol. Yeah, it's surpassed it now. So and it's just ridiculous. A matter of people are still continuing to text and drive. The fines have been increased substantially now. So what is the fine if you're caught texting? I don't know that off the top of my head. It's all, by the time you're finished with the fine itself, and then there's some ICBC has some, or not ICBC, sorry, Road Safe BC has some demerit points. Some points on it. It's close to $555 now for the first offense. Plus and 3 points. Plus 3 points. They have to pay for that with the insurance as well. Yeah. If you get found again within a certain period of time, it goes up to $800 and some odd dollars. So is it worth it? No, it isn't. Between that and the chance of hurting somebody. And we're also reminding pedestrians, don't be looking at your phone when you're walking. Make sure that your head's up, look both ways before you cross the road, make that eye contact. We're finding people just assume because they've got the right of way that they can walk out in a intersection. Yeah, no. Don't. Make sure you stop, make eye contact with the driver, and wait for them to stop, because you're going to lose. You're going to lose that. Thank you so much, Rob. And now we're heading to Campbell River. You're watching Go on Shaw TV's Channel 4. I'm Mary Ruth Harris. Joining me, Mr. Jeff Taylor, principal here at Mark R. Isfeld Secondary. Big changes in the school district.
Yes, there are. We have to shorten our work week to accommodate some financial pressures we're encountering. So all kids throughout the district are going to have Friday afternoons or some measure of Friday afternoon off, which they didn't have last year.
Okay. Now, where should people go to get the information about how that is going to affect their particular child at their particular school?
Well, it's changes at every school because much of what we do is run by busing. So if they want information on it, it's going to be in the school website. Speaking for our own school, it's all posted right now as for the hours and what we're doing. That's going to be ongoing. So people should be accessing their school websites to find that information.
Okay. Now, you see in the last week of August and now a lot of teachers coming and going from the schools. But school isn't actually in yet, so this is extra time that they're doing. Do they get paid for that?
No, teachers come in because they are professionals and they want to get set up and be prepared. They don't want to come in the first day of school like every other student and just be inundated with a bunch of new things or any surprises from us, their admin. So generally they will drift in, they'll reconnect with us, they'll go to their classrooms and get them set up. They'll make sure that there's enough textbooks for all of their kids. They do these things in the last week of August just to be ready for the first day of school.
Okay. And the overall population of the school district, is it the same as the last couple of years or is it declining?
It's in decline, no doubt. We always have more students graduating in grade 12 than we have coming in kindergarten. But there is some good news. We're not declining as fast as we thought, or at least so far it doesn't look like we're declining as fast as we thought. We'll find out as we do the white of the eye count in the first few days of school, because people don't often tell us if they've left town. We just find that out in the first day of school. But we have heard a lot of people come in over the course of the summer. So our numbers here in other schools are quite positive right now.
Okay. Now, you're going to hang out with us for a few minutes because we're going to talk about the high schools in particular. But right now, we are going to have the last taste of summer. Have a look. I'm Mary Ruth Harris, still with me, Mr. Jeff Taylor here at Mark R. Isfeld Secondary. Now, each of the secondary schools is approaching the extra time on Friday differently.
Yes. With all change comes opportunity, and we looked at what our needs were in each individual school and said, okay, if we have to make these changes, what can we do to resolve some outstanding issues that we're seeing in our school that we would like to address?
Okay.
So
Highland is taking what approach?
Highland is saying we're going to recover as much instructional time as we can, so they have a brief TA planned, and then they're going to have, if I understand them correctly, 2 classes planned, and then also some extra support time, similar to what we used to do when we had X blocks here.
Okay. And what about Vanier?
Vanier is similar to Highland in that they're going to have an even longer TA and take TA out of the regular week for them, for that school, throw in a couple of classes, and I think they're having an X block as well.
And then how are you handling it here at Isfeld that you think in general?
We're approaching it from a different perspective because we want to take Friday as an opportunity to differentiate instruction more. We have some students here, as you can imagine, who are quite academic and they just plow through the curriculum without any difficulty at all, and they leave other students in their dust, and what we need to do is spend more time Friday making sure that those students can catch up. So we are providing more free-flowing time. Monday to Thursday is rigidly adhered to timetable, and we're going to be pushing hard on Monday to Thursday. People will probably feel the pace more vigorous on Monday to Thursday, but on Friday, those people that have been able to keep the pace will get to explore learning opportunities that they haven't seen before. They'll be able to pursue projects that are personal interest to them, or enrichment projects, or things that are going to round out their resume in their grad year, things of that nature, where other students are going to be literally doing catch-up, doing make-up tests, alternate assignments, things like that.
Great. Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much for explaining that. But again, we want everybody to go to their local school website for more detail and contact the local administration at each school to get even more detail from that if you need it. So, Jeff, thank you so much, and good luck on the first day of school, first week of school. All right, and now another big festival coming up here in the Comox Valley, and it's yummy. Have a look. I still can't believe that summer is over. I'm praying for some hot Indian summer weather through September and not the gray rain starting already. Impossible. So be sure to check out your school's website for all of the information about the upcoming school year, because as Jeff was saying, the whole schedule has changed. They're going to have full days Monday to Thursday and a fraction of the day on Friday, and each school it will be a different fraction. So please check out your local school website. Right now, BC Hydro spokesman Stephen Watson has a little bit of information for you. Thank you so much for watching Go. Thank you to Constable Rob Gardiner from the Comox Valley RCMP Detachment. Don't text and drive. Slow down in the school zone because kids are back at school, and don't pass school buses under any circumstances. So those are pretty good little notes to keep in the back of your head now that we're back at the first week of September. And thank you to Jeff Taylor, who gave us the overview of the changes to the schedule here in School District 71. I'm Mary Ruth Harris. Check out your local school website for more details about what Friday is going to look like for you and your family. Have a fabulous first week of school, and we'll see you soon.